jasonstandard.net or my YouTube channel. Today we're going to talk a little bit about the inspiration behind the 4-octave marimba that I built out of mostly repurposed materials from scratch. Today I'd like to talk with you just a little bit about the inspirations behind this incredible undertaking. Why would I want to do such a thing, and what would make me want one of these mallet instruments so badly? The first time I ever heard a mallet instrument, I was rehearsing with a band called Worldwide Zoo that I played with somewhere around between 2005 and 2012. We rehearsed at the SciComm recording studios at USF. We were able to have access to the studio at night, and it was incredibly beneficial to the development of the band. Another one of the perks of rehearsing at the USF recording studio was that a lot of the practice rooms were left open at night so that the students can go and study. One room in particular was the orchestral room that had all of the amazing instruments, especially the larger instruments that the orchestra used. We entered the room, and immediately Mike Zabrick got excited and went running towards a vibraphone. I myself had never heard a vibraphone in person, but absolutely loved the instrument on all of the jazz recordings that I had heard in the past. I was a big fan of artists like Lionel Hampton and Milt Jackson. Mike approached the instrument and grabbed a pair of mallets and handed them to me and turned the instrument on. And I did not know what chord it was that I hit, but I threw those mallets onto that instrument, and the sound that came off of it absolutely blew me away. I hadn't heard one in person before, and it was life-changing for me, and my pursuit of owning one of those instruments started at that point. As we all know, mallet instruments, including vibraphones, are incredibly expensive. I decided very early in life to become a musician for a living. I never garnered the success that would allow me to financially afford to have one. One day I came across some plans posted online, an old hobby magazine from the 1940s, and on the cover it said, "Build a marimba in a weekend." And I thought to myself, well, man, I've always wanted a marimba. Obviously, it's not something that can be done by somebody like me in one weekend, and it actually took me 9 months to build this thing. Because it involved all kinds of milling wood and chopping everything down to size. The inspirations that I've had in the past, as far as musicians and artists is concerned, vary from traditional vibraphone players to more modern vibraphone players. One of the earliest vibraphone players that I ever heard was the great Mike Dillon, a musician out of New Orleans that plays all kinds of percussion and also plays the vibraphone. He is a gifted musician, and the sounds that he makes with this instrument are just divine. Please check him out. Some other influences include the amazing and the great Carl Berger. Carl Berger is the co-founder, one of the co-founders of the Creative Music Studios up in New York, in Woodstock, New York, I believe. The first time I got to hear a mallet instrument played, especially along the lines of a wooden mallet instrument, was by my maestro and my mentor, Billy Martin. Billy Martin was playing with Medeski Martin and Wood, and I got to see him pull out one of his wonderful African ballophones, and he began to play that ballophone, and the textures and the sounds that he was pulling out of that instrument were absolutely fascinating to me. It bolstered my want to have one. After that, I was lucky enough to hear a local musician, local to here in Tampa Bay at the time, a gentleman by the name of Sam Koppelman. Sam is an amazingly gifted vibraphone player, and there were several times which I got to hear him play that fine instrument. Please check him out. Stefan Harris is an absolutely brilliant vibraphonist. He is a musician that you should really check out. Outside of mallet instrument players, one of my greatest influences is the amazing Sun Ra. Sun Ra's impact on music, his message in life, and his message and his music were very profound, and they really spoke to my spirit. This encouraged me to chase after the sounds that I was hearing in my head without fear. Other influences include Don Cherry, Nana Vasconcelos, Medeski Martin and Wood, Fela Kuti, The Meters, an incredibly funky band, John Coltrane, and other artists like Pharoah Sanders. All of them had such an impact on my music and on what I believed the possibilities were for the sounds that I could create. I hope you enjoyed this video, and in the next video we're going to talk a little bit about the materials, how I got those materials, and how I got my hands on the reference materials as well. I hope you're having a great day. Come back and check out the following videos, and I hope to see you soon.